recorder on this computer, and we've done it.
Right
Thursday
on.
morning. And again, I just want to say, for 7 o'clock in the morning where you are glowing and bright and beautiful. I'm so excited for our conversation today. And from what I've seen online, I know that you and I have both posted, it's a topic that a lot of people are really interested in, especially I think maybe the people that you come in contact with and the heart-centered entrepreneurs that I tend to be attracted to or attracted to me. Same thing, like how do we show up? I can't wait for our conversation. But as always, before we get started, I want to talk a little bit this month in the Rise Above Noise Facebook group. Every day I'm giving some kind of a tip or some kind of a resource on email marketing. You and I were just talking about how noisy Facebook can be and that you're actually focusing on LinkedIn right now, which is fantastic. I love LinkedIn as well. I also love email marketing because it gives me real time to reach the people who have asked to hear from me. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't share my screen and get this going. You'll have to help me to make sure I've done this correctly. So I'm going to, I think this will work. If I do that.
I see your screen. You're
you
good.
Do. Then what I want to do is hit play. Now, do you see the presenter notes or do you see the whole screen?
I see the presenter notes.
Okay, so let's stop that for a second. Let me do this a different way. Thank you for your patience.
Of course.
So now what I want is desktop 2 perhaps. Yep. Now you probably see you.
I see your Facebook page, yes.
Yep. All right, you guys. Yes?
There we go. Now I see your slides.
All right. So,
well done.
So today what I wanted to talk about was, you know, in the past, right, people have been like, oh, I sent out an e-blast or I sent out a newsletter and it was like, you know, if you printed it out, it would have been 6 pages. And one of the things that I want to follow a thought about today is, in order to create personalized email messages, we need to actually kind of change the way that our subscribers perceive the emails that we're sending to them. We don't want them to think, oh, it's just another e-blast. Oh, it's just another sales. Oh, it's just a this, it's just a that. Even though we're communicating at scale to many people at once, we still want people to feel like we're really talking to them, that we understand them. So here's one quick recommendation towards personalizing a message. So you want to, I already said all of this. I'm looking at my notes, you guys, because you know that I love, because being an introvert, I like to have all my notes ahead of time, and now I'm going through them. So you want to make everybody feel special. So how does that happen? So when you begin to change the way you approach your communications with your audience, they'll be able to start figuring out, oh, there is some value to opening these emails. It's not just another blah, 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 blah. I'm really focusing on people and relationships that can help business reach success. So then your clients will expect better from you. So really quickly, and you guys, this is actually 2 or 3 slides out of the second part of the webinar series that I'm beginning on the end of October. It's a 3 webinar series. One is on automation, and here's a couple of slides on my personalization one. So if you find the right mix of personalization for a specific audience, you'll see an increase in sales and revenue, and that's what it's all about, right? You're going to have more loyalty through the relationships that you're building, and you will have improvements to your customer's experience, and that's really what it's about. And so the bottom line is you're going to get more business. So there you go. I'm going to stop sharing that, you guys. If you have questions, I'll be posting the link to my webinars in the Rise Above group, in the Susan Finn online, in my emails. Like, make sure you're following me somewhere so that I can help you reach more people. In particular, I'll be focusing on like this fall and heading into the holiday season, which I know it's only October.
Oh, but it's here.
But like people are already thinking about it. I'm already like, it's already in the stores. They're already past Halloween, past Thanksgiving, right into the winter holidays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes fast. Q4. Here we are.
Right. So here we go. So today I have Jenny Mercer, and let me tell you a couple of things that Jenny told me about herself. So Jenny left her corporate career. She was leading a national marketing team for a mortgage company. She left that. And now she's running her own successful business. She considers herself an introvert. And in that, she loves to share tools that she uses that help her to generate and harness her energy while building a successful business and leading others to do the same. Jenny's superpower is helping introverted leaders find their voice and fan into flame their spark of brilliance. So exciting to be here. I want to just take a quick, I'm sorry to do this. I just want to take a quick question. If you guys are on the Zoom, you can put questions into the Q&A there. And if you're on the live, I'll be hopping over there to take a look too. So interact with us. We're here for you today.
Please.
Jenny,
Yes,
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the invite to be here. I am honored to be able to do this at a very early morning for me, but I'm so excited, Susan. So it's funny. So I want to talk a little bit today about self-care. But before I get into the self-care, I want to talk about that corporate job that I left. Yeah. And a little bit why I needed to. It was the quote unquote dream job, right? I was middle management. I had a beautiful team. Actually, that was one of the things that was the hardest thing for me to leave. I had 13 people on my team from Hawaii to the Carolinas, and they were the most amazing people on the planet. We had a great time, and we were doing great things. What kind of work
were you doing?
We were a field marketing team. Okay. And so part of our job was to train new loan officers coming to the company, teach them how to use the marketing tools that we had, as well as help them create marketing plans. So we were out there, boots on the streets, helping them actually do the things that corporate was rolling out for us. So it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. At the heart of it, though, so you talk about what introverts need. We need quiet. There was no quiet in this job. None at all. There was no sense of recharging. I likened it to running a marathon at a sprinter's pace, where you're being pushed to run faster all the time. And it just makes me tired thinking about it. I was probably putting in 60 to 70 hours a week. And because I had a national team, I traveled a lot. So I worked from home, but I was at my desk all day long from about 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and then on an airplane every other week to go do other things across the country. Anyone who tries to tell you that traveling for work is glamorous is lying to you.
That's what I've
heard.
Not.
So, those kinds of things where, and as an introvert, we need time to recharge. We need time for quieting the mind and taking care of ourselves. And I find it ironic now. I look back at that time frame and I'm encouraging my team, please stop emailing at 9 o'clock at night. Please take time for yourself. Please, I'm asking them to do all these things because really I was trying to give myself permission to do it at the same time.
Yes.
Although I wasn't.
You wanted to be appearing to be so.
Right. Inside I'm dying because I'm so much in energy arrears. And when I talk about energy arrears, I think of your energy like a currency. How much energy you have to bring to things is a currency. And when we overspend our money, we go into financial arrears. And when we overspend our energy, we go into energy arrears. And I was just an empty vessel. So when I was able to finally quit my corporate job, which come December will be my 2-year anniversary of being a corporate refugee. Can't believe it's been 2 years already.
Nice.
It's so cool. It took me a little while to kind of mentally detox. and get through some self-care things, and started to implement some items. In fact, some of the implementation of my self-care started before I was able to quit, which is what also gave me the ability to move forward.
Yeah, you needed that.
Some of that was just looking in the mirror and recognizing my own value, and being able to say, I don't need someone externally telling me that I have value. I needed to believe it myself. And I have to say, part of that is a girl thing.
Yes, for sure.
That's not just an introvert thing. That's a girl thing for me anyway. It's hard to separate those two sometimes. But that understanding of that worth helped me to start fueling my body better and eating foods that gave my vessel what it needed to be able to operate. I kind of liken the body to a machine, a vehicle, right? So if you are you take your car, right? You can fill that car with water in the gas tank, but it's not going to go anywhere. It'll be full, right? But it's not fueled.
Right.
And our bodies are the same, right? In fact, when we are in energy arrears, how often when you're really, really tired, do you go for the non-fueling type foods, right?
Candy corn last night. Oh, it was candy corn last night. Oh my God.
Man.
My husband brought it home and I said, please don't. He bought it.
Don't have that in the house, right?
Gonna throw it out.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's just, I'm emotional eating. We all do it occasionally, right? But when we're in that energy arrears, the first thing I go for is ice cream. Yeah. And we're not talking like a little bit. We're talking, I can sit down and eat an entire pint of whatever, right? So learning to fuel my body has made such an immense shift in how I feel. And it's also an interesting connection to the mind and the body too. When your gut is happy, your mind is happy, and your energy comes up. So protecting our energy that way is super key part in being able to be about our purposes. I have this theory, Susan, and I know we've talked about this heart-centeredness, right? I believe that we all have this spark inside of us. We've all been sent to this planet with a purpose. And it doesn't matter size, shape, whatever, but we're here for a reason. And as introverts, if we're tired and not feeling that energy, we can't be about that purpose because we're so focused on how tired we are. And that hurts my heart because I know what it was like for me to feel like I'm here for a reason. Why am I here? Could you help me out? Because I don't understand why I'm so tired and drained and can't be about a purpose that I feel is in here, but I've yet to uncover, right? We've been peeling back the layers of the onion. So that self-care, right? That eating to fuel was like step one for me. And making sure that I was getting inside what the machine needed so that we can then start to make the mind-body connection and the heart and soul connection as well. So as the layers are coming off, I'm eating better, I'm losing weight just because my body says, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for treating us with respect, right? The second piece of that is the hydrating, right? Our bodies need water. We should be drinking half our body weight in ounces every single day. So if I weigh 100 pounds, which I don't, I need to be drinking 50 ounces a day, right? I actually aim for about a gallon a day.
Wow.
I don't always hit it, but that's what I'm aiming for. Because if we're not hydrating ourselves, our brain actually starts to malfunction, right? Yes. And so we need that. And I'll give you, yes, you're going to pee a lot in the beginning.
Yes. At the beginning, yes.
That's okay. That's actually really good. That's your body flushing out stuff, again, that we're cleaning out and you don't need. The third piece of it is movement. Our bodies are meant to move. And I use the word movement, not exercise, on purpose. Because there's this mental thing that we think, when we hear the word exercise, that means, oh God, I've got to be in the gym an hour a day lifting heavy things, or, whatever that is. And if that's what you choose to do to move your body, that's fine. But if you're just starting out, that just feels daunting. And then because introvert perfectionist girl thinks that if I can't do it the whole, then I'm not going to do it at all. So I want to shift that for you. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. Get up and move. For every hour that you're on your butt sitting, right? 50 minutes, get up and walk for 10. If you have to set an alarm for yourself, do it. Right. So because I know it's really easy for me, especially being an introvert. I sit at my desk and I can get logged in and I'm so productive, and look up and 3 hours have gone.
Yes, same.
Right. And you realize I haven't moved. I haven't peed. I haven't eaten.
Yes.
I'm not taking care of myself. So I did. I set an alarm for myself. For every 50 minutes, I'd get up and I'd go either walk around, go get a drink of water, do something to move my body. It's the little things, guys. If you work in an office and you have stairs, take the stairs in. Go to the grocery store after work to go pick up the milk that you forgot to get for your kids. Park at the other end of the parking lot, even if it's raining, so that you get some extra steps in, right? So just bringing a conscientious aware of that. It's been said that sitting is the new smoking.
True. Right?
Because we're meant to move. So move your bodies. Even if it's just stand up at your desk and do some calisthenics, right? I am a big proponent for baby steps, because when I started this process, I wasn't awesome at moving my body. In fact, I downright sucked.
It makes a big difference. I went to a stand-up desk. You can probably tell I have a stand-up desk here. I have a stool if I need it. But what I found is I have more clarity. It just feels better in my belly because everything's, I don't know, just straight, right? It lets it go. And I have different things near my legs, so that, like, right now you probably can't tell, but my leg is like up here in like some kind of a yoga pose, whatever. Like, that's the beauty of Zoom too, is that I can do this. My friend Sylvia, Sylvia has a little mini treadmill below her desk.
Oh, nice. That's a great idea.
I have a balance ball. Like, there's simple things you can do, right? Because for me, I get in the same thing. I have my 2 hours deep work. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, I've had to pee for hours, or, and so it just makes it easier, because that way you don't have to worry so much that you've been sitting for so long, and it feels much better. It's hard to get used to at the beginning. You want to have good pads under your feet and stuff, but.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
That's a great tip. Thank you for that.
Back in corporate life, I was getting 506 emails a day. And there gets that point where you can't think anymore, and they're coming at you so fast, and you see one come across and you're like, do I need to answer one more email? I don't even know what to do first.
Yeah.
And so at those moments, I would actually train myself to get up and go take a walk. It takes me 15 minutes to walk around my neighborhood block.
Yeah.
So I would go take a walk, and I'd come back, and then magically I knew what I needed to do.
Yes.
And it was all clear. So something about the movement of the body getting oxygen to the brain, it really does help with some clarity. And I think we need to be more conscientious about that with that self-care piece. The eating, the drinking, and the moving for our physical bodies. The internal piece of that, getting the heart and soul in place, that I think as introverts is really important, is meditation. And I will tell you, I am not awesome at this. This is something that I am a work in progress on, because my brain, I don't know about yours, Susan, but mine is constantly on. Even if I'm sitting in the quiet, I feel like it's so loud in here sometimes that it's debilitating, because I have so many ideas and I want to do it all right now. Right? It's all so exciting, right? Especially right now with where the business is going and this conversation that we're having all the time. I'm like, oh, but we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that, right?
Squirrel.
Totally, right? And that exhausts me. It's exciting and it's energetic, but it's also like, oh God, how am I going to do all that?
Yeah, but you already told me you did like 20 pieces of content yesterday.
I did a 2-hour deep
Phenomenal.
dig yesterday and came up with 20 weeks of my marketing is done for 20 weeks. My Q4 marketing plan is done. I know.
I'm not even worthy. That is so good.
So excited. Well, I hired a coach and she's helping me. That's the secret to my sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been remarkable to get that done. But the meditation piece of this, so my practice, in order to quiet my head, I actually have some noise canceling headphones, and I listen to my Mozart channel. And in my meditation, I sit there and I try and pick out pieces of instruments and breathe through that. And that helps focus me so that I'm focusing on one thing in order to be able to get there. The other thing that I do is I've added yoga back into my life. Can we just say yoga is a lifesaver?
It's amazing. Why isn't everybody, like, I wish our world leaders would all be doing yoga.
Oh my goodness.
Meditating.
The mind-body connection is phenomenal in yoga. And so, yeah, in fact, I had a class Tuesday night and my body is still like, thanks, that's fantastic. Don't let anybody ever tell you yoga is not a hard workout.
Oh, right.
But anyway, the meditation piece is something that I have to really focus on. And I'm getting to the point now where I recognize when I don't get some quiet brain time. But I've gotten over it's got to be for 20 minutes. If I can sit down and just meditate for 5, it exponentially shifts how I'm able to think and process and put things together. And we're working up to longer periods. But for right now, I'm thrilled with 5 minutes.
Yes.
It makes a huge difference in my life. So
I'd love to share, if you don't mind, I'm going to share something that Devin Grilly, she's a member of the Rise Above group. She's a Coach on Fire, Devin Grilly. She shared something recently in one of our groups, which I use often when I have monkey mind, or if I'm supposed to be listening to something, but my mind is going and I know that I'm not paying attention. I think she calls it circle breathing, where you breathe in for 4 and out, hold it, breathe out for 4 and hold it. And then you do this again. So you actually, like, so that people don't know that I'm doing it, I'll press it into my thigh. And that helps you get centered. It triggers, your mind gets triggered into exactly what you're talking about. Just 5 minutes, right? Or however long it takes you to take that many breaths. That I've really enjoyed too. So we can add that to the arsenal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just, these seem like simple things. They're not easy. We all understand just because something's simple doesn't mean it's easy, right?
Right.
But if we can just do these 4 things and do them on a daily basis, and I'm an advocate of daily self-care, and that doesn't mean the mani-pedis on the weekend. And don't get me wrong, I love me a mani-pedi on the weekend. Those are fantastic. But if we're not daily taking care of our body, mind, and soul, we will end up in some really deep energy arrears. I've lived there. I think we've all lived there at some point in time. But this commitment to ourselves, because we are worthy of self-care, we are worthy of living a really great life. And I believe that we have this spark that needs to be fanned into flame that will just continue to smolder and maybe even slowly die out if we aren't taking care of ourselves so that we have the energy to get beyond our comfort zones to be able to do what you're about. And I feel so passionate about this because I've lived that spot where I swear my flame was going to die if I did not get out of that space and start taking care of myself. So I am on a mission to help more of my introverted people be able to get out there and do this, because we need us. The world needs us.
Oh my gosh, more now than ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So good. Jenny, where can people get more of you? I know they're going to want more Jenny. Bring me some more Jenny.
Oh, thank you. I have a private Facebook group that I opened up at the end of July, and I'm blown over by how fast it's growing. We're up to 51 members, which I know, that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but 51 members in just about the course of 2 months is phenomenal for me. I'm so excited, and the conversation's getting going. But yes, it's a private Facebook group called Introverted Leaders. And I would love anyone who's on your call to join in and come be part of the conversation and learn more.
I just put that in the Facebook Live as a link. I'll put it in the show notes for this too. Oh, there it goes. Came up beautifully.
Perfect.
So good. So good. And would you do one-on-one coaching with people? Do you do groups?
I do.
I
do. In fact, I just launched a 3-month immersive experience, OneonOne Coaching. So I'm so excited about where we really take a deep dig into how to get aligned with your core values, make sure you're taking good care of yourself, and getting beyond that comfort zone so that you can be about your purpose. It's getting those skills and digging in. So yeah, it's a 3-month immersive, really deep dig that you can do with me one-on-one, in addition to the private Facebook group. Private Facebook group is free.
Gotcha. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So great. Jenny, thank you so much for spending my Thursday morning Rise Above Noise. This was so good. I guess we should give a plug to Polka Dot PowerHouse, which is how we met.
Absolutely.
It's a great organization, you guys. It's national. Jenny's out there on the West Coast. Where are you, Oregon?
I'm in Washington State.
Washington. And I'm over here on the opposite coast, and we kind of have become friends and met through Polka Dot, which is an amazing thing. So there you go.
For sure.
Plug for Polka Dot.
Beautiful people.
Jenny, it's great to see you. I'll be talking to you soon, and I hope that you'll got lots of new people in your group as well.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Bye.